Hey guys, it's John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the second studio album by violinist Lindsey Stirling of YouTube fame. It's nice to see someone getting their name out there that's famous for something other than just partying or just having this really filthy image or something like that. It's something that has the actual talent behind it. She's playing the violin, an instrument that you do not hear in modern music, and she's mixing it into this neoclassical style. It's a blend of electronica, dubstep, and classical music all into one big ball of fun and energy. Beyond the Veil was the first single released from this record, and while I thought that maybe Shatter Me featuring Lizzie Hale of Halestorm could have been a better choice since it did feature vocals and would get more people hyped, I think that Beyond the Veil was also a very good choice just to show us what exactly to expect from the album in terms of energy. I've been a fan of Lindsey Stirling ever since the song Crystallize, and after hearing some of her covers, just working with pentatonics, she's done a lot of amazing stuff in the short time that she's really just skyrocketed to fame. And I think Beyond the Veil is kind of an influence of modern music at the same time mixing it with her typical sound. It sounds updated for 2014. It's got this furious violin melody that she's obviously known for. It's very intricate and all over the place, soars higher and bolder than really anything Stirling has done to this point in her career. I think that it's got those neoclassical stylings that I was always taught. I think it has those neoclassical stylings that she's really known for, along with maybe her playing it safe throughout this record, but at the same time, it's a whole lot of fun to listen to. It doesn't have a ton of variety. No, I won't say that it does, but I think it does have a lot to offer for the casual listener. Tracks like Heist and Roundtable Rivals sound film score ready. Each one has a fitting title as to what scene and era it would fit to in said movie. If you want to sit down and kind of pick apart what makes each song sound similar and how she really needs to do something else, then you can just take that elsewhere. I think that what she's doing, she plays the violin. She's a violinist. Honestly, what do you expect from her? She could go totally classical, I guess, and just play her violin, but the fact is she's extremely talented. She's putting out music that is at the same time for the smart consumer, but also for the everyday consumer, because of the fact that it's mixed with this neoclassical stylings and has the dubstep that's very popular in today's scene and does so in a very creative and fun way. There are so many intricate parts that Lindsey plays throughout this record that it's almost impossible to be distracted by the dubstep beats that flow in the background of these tracks like I've heard some people complain. I really got hooked on this record after hearing the track V-Pop, the track that's turned into my personal favorite from this record. With an ebb and flow that works exactly right, it could set the mood for any upscale dance party or really any party in general. Stirling's violin skills are totally let loose on this track, and she just kind of fires at will and has me amazed as to how one plays the instrument with so quickly and with such skill and grace and class. The sound that this track produces is unmatched by its peers here on this record, and really anything in any genre similar to this. Stirling sure is one for song titles that fit the song's feel. Take Flight. If that song does not inspire you to get to your feet or take to the skies, then something's wrong here. She hasn't done her job right. It's hard to ignore the fact that this fast-paced violin raging romp that features these big drum machines and bass hits could be a hit. And along with these wubs and obviously Lindsey's commanding guitar, I think you've got, along with some other wubs kind of mixed in with the dubstep feel and obviously Lindsey's commanding violin, it's hard to put this track down as anything but a favorite in my book. Lizzie Hale of Halestorm is the featured vocalist on the single Shatter Me, which actually marked the first time that Lindsey had collaborated with someone on sitting down and really just writing vocals to a track. She had never done that before. The results are quite standard for the dance genre, with a refrain being sung, a big breakdown, and then the title of the song being repeated and sung throughout the chorus. Shatter me. And as tried and true as this method and way overused as it may be, I think it's hard to hate this song. Lizzie's vocals were immediately recognizable to me, as she is one of the biggest female voices in rock music today, being the lead singer of Halestorm. I can't say it's a top favorite for me, but I think it's one that's kind of hard to ignore as it stands out so much because of the fact that it does have really solid vocals. We'll get to the other vocal-laden track here in just a minute. The other track that does feature vocals is one of the more disappointing tracks on the record. It's a collaborative effort between Stirling and Dia Frampton of Megadia and, of course, her own solo career. Repetition is apparently the key to a hit dance track these days, and I mean, that's become quite obvious recently, and I will admit that it's better than most out there, but this wannabe anthem just does not do much for me in terms of originality and what Stirling is actually capable of. I don't know if she actually helped create the lyrical message here on this song, but it's very subpar. To me, it feels like a very stereotypical dance track, albeit with a violin thrown into the loop, and that's not something you're normally going to hear in the club or anything like that, but it's just really the only thing that keeps it away from being totally generic. The final track that I wanted to name drop is swag. While I typically tend to hate that word because of the people that tend to use it, this song has it. Whatever you define swag as, I suppose it's supposed to mean something good or something cool or whatever it is the kids think these days. This song definitely brings it all to the table though. It's very fierce. It sees this electrifying performance from Stirling mixed in with some new electronic sounds that we have not heard yet up to this point on the record. Hidden collaboration with Skrillex? I think maybe. Alright, here's the final breakdown. Is it the most creative thing in the world? No. Are you gonna have fun listening to it? I think so. I know I had a lot of fun. Replay factor, moderate to high. If you're having a party, I could definitely see this album getting thrown on in the background and people having a good time to it and being like, oh, what is this? It's something that I think is very solid. Lindsey Stirling is obviously very talented, and while, like I said, it's not the most original thing in the world, it's not something that is completely reinventing the music scene, I'm going to go ahead and say 4 out of 5 for Lindsey Stirling's Shatter Me. What did you guys think of her new record? Let me know in the comments section down below. Make sure you hit the like button on this review. Let me know what I should review next. I'm probably going to do Fox's Glorious next, possibly Framing Hanley's new record. Let me know what other albums I should do in the comment section down below. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, my new channel, ARTV Entertainment, where I will be covering TV and movies as soon as I get moved here and adjusted here within the next month or so. So make sure you subscribe over there. Thanks for watching Album Review TV, Beyond the Reviews.